Oh yeah, yeah.
You need to look sharp and put together. That's very important.
Oh yeah, dude, Chuds looks so good, bro. Yo, yeah, just wear a suit, bro. Just wear a suit. Yeah, Nick Fuentes, he's so hot.
Again, I would encourage you to do that. You need to be very conscious how you present yourself to the world.
Yeah, look, it doesn't matter if you wear a fucking two-piece suit, you dumb fuck. You're still gonna be a ugly, fat chud. Okay, you're gonna be gross, you're virgin, you're manlet.
The issue is not...
You're manlet, that's what you are.
The issue is paying the brand new price for name brand clothing when you absolutely do not have to. Designer labels, mostly a scam, but I know most of my audience probably doesn't buy designer clothes, but I personally like North Face, Patagonia, Ralph Lauren, I wear Levi, and those are actually going to cost you a lot of money if you're walking into the store and buying.
LARP, bro.
I personally like North Face.
Yo, why don't you just admit? Why don't you move on to the next step in your evolution, which is where you wear Carhartt, okay?
Ralph Lauren, I wear
Even
Levi.
though you're not blue collar. Anyway, moving on. This video looks really bad. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, this is a Jimmy Talks video. The title is some of the worst I've ever seen from Jimmy, from really anyone. Okay, the title of this video is 5 Things Keeping You Dummy Thick Broke in Your 20s. Now, I want to talk about this title for a minute before I play the video, because what the fuck does this mean? 5 things keeping you dummy thick broke in your 20s. Okay, now, yes, this like meme he's referencing is 10 years old at this point, but okay, but like people be referencing this meme, right? They be saying this, okay? That's not that, but like, how are you dummy thick broke? How does that make any sense, right? Because like, to be dummy thick is like, there's like a lot, right? There's like a lot of something, right? But being broke, that's like that is the absence of having money, right? Or it's the absence of prosperity, right? Of materials in this grand meritocracy we find ourselves living in. So this title doesn't make any fucking sense, but you know, I get the idea. So let's just go.
This is not going to be one of those videos where I'm telling you some bullshit like, oh, start to get into AI or something, blah blah blah. Okay. Just listen, everybody is broke right now, especially if you're a guy.
True.
The financial odds in the world is just kind of stacked against you. This is also not coke, and this is not a conspiracy theory or something like that. It is actually just reality. The cost of living has gone completely insane. Wages have not kept up, and every single institution that was supposed to help you build a life has either failed you or is actively working against you. But the honest fact of the matter, the truth is that nobody will tell you, and you kind of have to realize it on your own, is that most of the damage being done to somebody's finances, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't even actually matter. But this video is typically, this channel is for young men, but I digress. Most of the damage done to your finances is self-inflicted. The system is not helping you, and that is very true, don't get me wrong, but you're also making it.
No, that's where you're wrong, man. But I had a feeling that this would be what was happening. What is Diddy Blub watching? Diddy Blood. I am currently reacting to a Jimmy Talks video. Jimmy Talks.
Get worse with a
you ever watch this guy?
Making that are again completely
I
do control to fix. So we're 1 minute in,
Jimmy
we're 1 minute 15 seconds in.
Super
let's just hurry up
fan, bro.
The first thing keeping you broke is your car payments. Now this is, I would say, the most common, single, most destructive financial decision any dude, any person actually in their 20s is going to make. I've done it myself, so I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, buy a Toyota Camry. Buy a 1998 Toyota Camry. That's what I say.
I'm not here to say, yeah, you're stupid if you do that. Motherfucker, I did it too. You know what I mean? I bought a $35,000 car, ended up trading it in, getting something way cheaper and paying it off. Very stupid.
Just watch Pauly Walnuts. I've never heard of that guy. Never heard of that. Let's find out who Pauly Walnuts is. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I've heard of this guy. Yeah. No, I thought about adding this guy to the roster, but his videos aren't, like, racist enough, I feel like. I don't know. I kind of briefly looked at his videos. Jimmy Talks used to get a lot more racist with it, you know? On YouTube, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at his channel right now here. I'll pull it up. That's a classic profile picture. That's a classic right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What does his voice sound like? Does he even sound like Ben Shapiro? Like, Jimmy Talks kind of sounds like Ben Shapiro. I kind of like that.
Think that all we do is chill.
Okay, wait, let me speed it up.
In reality, we're generationally stressed because a lot of people still don't understand that it's possible to do absolutely nothing all day.
Still didn't sound like Benny Boy.
The type of downtime most people indulge in these days, it's like the equivalent of going on vacation for a weekend, but you're with your degenerate friends. You know, it's like you guys got an Airbnb, you took one day off of work, so you had 3 days off of work, but you come back on 2.
Yeah, anyway, you know, Jimmy talks, he used to get really racist with it. He doesn't as much anymore.
Most people are not making $250,000 or something like that.
He thinks that he can just, like, sprinkle in the N-word, and that makes him, like, a real racist. Like, bro, it's LARP.
Yeah, take whatever number you want. It doesn't actually matter. But the point of what I'm saying that is you don't need a $35,000, $45,000 car, which a lot of people are buying. It's a brand new car, something like that. The average car payment right now, I think it's around $700 or $800 a month, which is
now Tom Foe.
That is a lot of money.
Tom Foe gets really racist with it.
The second you even drive it off the car dealership or whatever, just the more you drive it, the less value it actually has. So let's just put this into perspective: $700, $800. Think about what that actually means in real terms. Meaning, what would you have? What would you do with an extra $800 a month? That is nearly $10,000 a year gone before you have even.
How do you know about Polly Walnuts anyway, man? Do you know Ball?
Are
you a Ball knower?
Food or anything else? And if you say, let's say you make $50K a year, now you make $40K because of a car payment, you actually don't even notice. Still, you will own nothing and be happy. You're going to eat cockroaches and you're going to live in the pod. And you're.
You'll own it eventually.
Now
you'll own it eventually. Am I right?
In 2026, this year, really since COVID, but especially now, I can tell you because I keep track of that kind of stuff. It's terrible. The car market is absolute garbage. So the days of picking up an actual solid car for a couple $1,000s, like you would have these boomers and their boomer advice about money, which is fucking outdated and retarded. This kind of stuff.
1998 Toyota Camry. I'm telling you.
Outright. Even like Dave Ramsey saying to go buy a car outright. It's like, bro, most people can't do that. Most people can't even drop 5 or 10K.
No.
It's actually that bad. It's really that bad out here. And it shouldn't be that bad, but that's just a fact of the matter. That most people just aren't good with money. So that's just a fact of the matter. And the car market's rough. So if you genuinely can't afford to buy something right now, because the entry-level car price nowadays is like 10 to 15K. I'm gonna just keep it real with you.
Jimmy, you need a car to drive to your job to get the money to pay for the car. You have to borrow money to get a car. And cheaper cars, right? That you can still find cheap cars, right? Like this is kind of bullshit. Okay, what are you saying here? Can you find like $1,000 cars? You know, not a lot, you know. But you can find good, reliable transportation for like $3,000 or $4,000. Okay, it's just that those dealerships, they aren't gonna offer you like a loan through the dealership, right? They aren't gonna like apply for you. You have to go to a bank. You have to be like, hey, I found this car, I want it, and then they gotta approve it, and you have to do all of that before somebody else goes and buys the car from under you. And it's just, that's the frustrating part, okay? It's a lot easier to go to a dealership and buy a $10,000 car because they'll approve you while you're there, while you're in the fucking building.
The average person,
that's how it works.
People aren't mechanics that know what they're looking for or have autistic research into what parts break on what car and which one's the best one. You're probably going to spend like 10 or 15K. If you can't afford to buy something outright, I actually understand that, and I'm not going to sit here and lecture you like you're an idiot. But what I will tell you is, if you're going to take out a loan for a car, 10, 15K or whatever, cap it at 15K, like for real, and do your homework. If you want to go and buy a car off of Facebook or something for cheaper, bring your mechanic friend with you, have him look at everything, pay him for his time, don't just take advantage of your friends. Even if he's like, no,
what does
bro,
that mean?
Tell him to take it, force it into his
How
head.
do I do that,
He's
Jimmy?
really helping you out by doing this. So do the research on whatever make and model you're trying to buy for whatever car. And I want to wrap this up, but the second you get home, you should genuinely put this into your head. You should already make up your mind, I'm going to pay this car off as fast as possible. Like the next year or so is not going to really be fun. But what will be fun is having a paid off car. So a car should get you from point A to point B.
What you should do is you should find whatever the fuck is wrong with the car and then get it fixed, okay? Because there's going to be shit wrong with it. Okay, clean your EGR.
Working air condition. That is the entire job of your car. Anything beyond that is just doing too much. Now, next, the second thing that is keeping you broke is buying shit.
Okay, bro, look, I have lived in the hottest motherfucking states in this country, and I would still fix the radio before I fix the AC. Radio first. Okay, you got to.
Now, let me be clear about something. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to look good, like having nice clothes and stuff. I actually recommend that you do that. A man should take pride in his appearance. Everybody should. You should be looking good. This is part of the political movement. We're not like fat, gross freaks or anything. We actually look good. That's a big part of it, actually. But anyways,
yeah.
You need to look sharp and put together. That's very important.
Oh yeah, dude. Chuds looks so good, bro. Yo, yeah, just wear a suit, bro. Just wear a suit. Nick Fuentes, he's so hot.
Again, I encourage you to do that. You need to be very conscious how you present yourself to the world.
Yeah, look, it doesn't matter if you wear a fucking two-piece suit, you dumb fuck. You're still gonna be a ugly, fat chud Okay, you're gonna be gross, you're virgin, you're manlet.
The issue is not
you're manlet, that's what you are.
The issue is paying the brand new price for name brand clothing when you absolutely do not have to. Designer labels, mostly a scam, but I know most of my audience probably doesn't buy designer clothes, but I personally like North Face, Patagonia, Ralph Lauren, I wear Levi, and those are actually going to cost you a lot of money if you're walking into the store and buying.
LARP, bro.
I personally
It's
like North Face.
Yo, why don't you just admit? Why don't you move on to the next step in your evolution, which is where you wear Carhartt, okay?
Ralph Lauren, I wear
Even
Levi.
though you're not blue
Those are actually going to cost you a lot
collar.
of money if you're walking into the store and buying them brand new. The trick though is getting all that stuff on eBay worn already for a fraction of the price. You can get a polo, Ralph Lauren polo that's like $90 for like $20. And if you already know what size you wear, even perfect. Get the silk slim fit ones. Those are really fucking sweet. That's how you look like a white ass nigga going hard as fuck. But anyways, you can get all these nice clothes for a fraction of the price. And most of these clothes, in my experience on eBay, they're in good condition. Just look at the listing, see how much they want for shipping. Just look at the pictures, look at the measurements. They'll fit you well. They have the same brand name. And again, this is like 20% of what
I miss the old
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I personally do this. I wash everything the moment it gets here in
the
the mail,
old
regardless
Jimmy
of how clean it
Tux.
looks. And most of the time they are clean. You have people that just resell clothes on eBay. And I actually have a solid amount of clothes without spending anywhere near what I would have spent buying brand new. So the same logic applies to your car, your phone, whatever. Dude, I even tell people buy used guns all the time. Buy a police auction or like a police trade-in gun if you want something new, especially if it's like a Glock or something. The chances are they didn't wear the internal parts out. They weren't shooting it that much. You should be buying a lot of stuff used. I promise you it's like unlocking a new freaking unlock. You're prestiging or something like that in COD. So ask yourself every single time you're about to buy something, am I buying this because I need it and it serves me, or am I buying this because I want other people to see me with it? So if the answer is the latter, put it back. Don't freaking buy it, please. Now, moving on to point number 3, and this one is arguably the most important out of all 5 of them, besides like the obvious stuff like get rid of debt, yada yada. You are not buying assets. So we have people who get their paycheck and they are spending it first, and then trying to save whatever scraps are left over at the end of it to invest it. And that backwards approach is going to keep you kind of like a hamster running on a wheel. The hamster doesn't go anywhere; he just keeps running on the wheel, but he doesn't realize.
Yeah, okay. So I'm glad he brought this up. Okay, I'm glad. Basically, what he's saying here is you want to buy assets that appreciate. Okay, he's probably gonna say invest in a mutual fund, right? Buy cheap stocks, right? One of those things. I think he said that before. He said like buy penny stocks. Terrible idea, by the way. Don't fucking do that. Jesus. But anyway, he might say buy a house, right? That's probably what he'll say. Buy a house, right? Maybe get a mortgage. Maybe borrow money to get a piece of property. It appreciates, right? Car don't appreciate. House appreciates. Okay, that I sort of agree with. If you're a first-time home buyer, it's not a terrible idea, but consider this: if we elect a socialist, then property values are going to tank, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, you're going to love it, viewer. Because chances are, if you're the average person, you are renting right now. You don't have a fucking mortgage. So basically, if we do elect a socialist, just sell your house.
The dumb hamster. The hamster's a goy. Just kidding. The hamster's not a goy. It's a cute animal. I love animals. But anyways, the correct order of operations is non-negotiable. You have to. When you get your paycheck, your first obligation is to your future self. I promise you, you're going to appreciate this every single time. Okay, work in the future. Don't work to buy shit now. Okay, you have to. That's how rich people think, and I'm not even a rich guy. They buy for the future, right? So put money in your Roth IRA. Put money into an index fund. Don't be trying to buy these individual stocks. Some people get rich. Chances are you won't. Stock picking, most of that shit, you're not going to make money off that. You're probably going to lose. So just get an index fund. It's an aggregate of all the best performing stocks, and these all change. Go look at VOO, VOO. That's what it's called, which is essentially, again, just buying a slice of the best companies in the American economy and then letting it grow.
Okay, what he said there is actually much better advice than I expected. And that makes me kind of disappointed, because he said really stupid shit about stocks in the past. Like, and when I say in the past, I mean like 2 videos ago. Okay, you said like buy penny stocks. Yeah, don't fucking do that. What he just said is actually like much better than that, right? That it's not dog shit stock investing advice. It's just that investing in stocks is gambling. It is just gambling. You're spinning the roulette wheel. Okay, that's what you're fucking doing. There is zero guarantee. Yes, if you invest in the richest companies, right, the most profitable companies in America right now, then you are probably going to make money from. But it's never a guarantee. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen to these companies in the future. They might decide to artificially decrease the price of their stock. Okay, they might do
What
that.
the boomers did.
They might dilute your shares.
You can't really like totally follow boomer advice,
never
but that
know.
is one thing you can follow from them. Now, as well as setting aside money in an emergency fund, very important. So that one completely unexpected expense, like typically cars most of the time, doesn't completely fuck you up. Because you're driving your car, you hear something, it sounds like a weird noise, and you're just like, I wonder what that is. Better turn my music up. No, just get it fixed, man. That car makes you money. Stay on top of it. But anyways, I'm also a big fan of Bitcoin. I also like physical precious metals. That's kind of like a hedge against inflation in my opinion, but I invest in everything. So after you've done all of that, then you can go spend money on whatever dumb stuff you want to buy. Most people do this completely in reverse, and then they wonder why they have nothing to show after years of working. Don't do this backwards. If you are in your 20s, time is genuinely your best asset. You may not have a lot of money, but you have a lot of time. That is just as important, if not more important. So the math of compound interest means that money invested today is worth more than the money invested 10 years from now. We live in a debt-based economy. This is why you need to start investing. This is kind of how all of our money works. Right? Here in America anyways, with the Federal Reserve, that is why you need to invest. That's kind of like your hedge against inflation is investing. So every month you delay is money you are permanently leaving on the table. Start now, start early. Keep the investment simple. Like I said, just find an index fund and throw money in there. Stay consistent. And also don't panic sell.
Terrible idea. Terrible. Just tell people to buy a 401k. Just tell them to buy a fucking 401k. Like, I've heard you tell people to get a Roth. Right? That's decent advice. It's kind of... It's not advice I would typically give a very young person. You know, I would probably tell a very young person, like, if I were to give them financial advice, which I'm not, and I'm not doing that, and don't fucking listen to me. Do not fucking listen to me. I'm not a financial advisor. But also don't listen to this dumb fuck either. Okay? But if I were to give financial advice to a literal child... right, that is like a, you know, a baby adult, right, like just turned 18, I would say get a regular IRA and build your savings fast, okay, and have this savings account, because that gives it a long time to grow, okay. Yes, when you retire, you'll have to pay taxes on it, okay. Oh, well, look, I'm not a financial advisor, somebody fact check me, right, but the math works out. Because the interest that you'll make off of that after building it quickly, it basically cancels out, or is betterer than getting a Roth when you're that age. Okay. Anyway, I don't fucking know. I don't know any of this shit. And this is just dumb. This is just dumb fucking advice.
Freak the fuck out and sell everything right now. It's over. Don't actually do that. Just let time do the work for you. Now, moving on to the fourth point. You are not leveling yourself up. What do I mean by that? Hear me out. This one is a bit uncomfortable to kind of have to grasp with yourself because it requires you to be honest about whether you're actually growing or are you just kind of coasting. Hey, I've been there myself. I'm like, I don't know what you talk about skills. I do okay. It's like, no, actually, you can always be doing more. You don't want to be getting caught up in the hustle grind bro trap because that's really gay. But you should be trying to just make yourself better in any sort of small way possible. It doesn't even have to be with money. You should always trying to be better with God, for example. Okay, I'm not going to start preaching at you guys, but that is something that's very important to me. But anyways, moving on, there's always something you can get better with. But yeah, a lot of guys, they kind of just like get whatever job is available and then they just do the minimum required to keep it. And then they're never actually developing skills that would make them more valuable, trying to find another job. Here's another side tip, by the way, speaking of that. You should always be looking for a job, even if you have one. I promise you there's always something better out there. But yeah, going back to skills, if your earning potential never increases because you don't have a certificate or you maybe don't have a sort of skill, like, oh, I'm really good at welding or something like that, if it never increases, then all of the frugality, like saving money, buying stuff secondhand, or actually investing and all that stuff, it's only going to take you so far. You need to make more money, straight up. You have to increase what you are capable of producing. That's really the best way. You have to make more money. It's like, you want to get richer, make more money. It's like, yeah, no shit, but how do I do that? That's pretty much how. Sales is one of the most underrated skills anybody can develop, and it's kind of hard, and you have to put yourself out there, and it's kind of like the entrepreneur mindset. That's the thing that always scared me about it, but that's one of the reasons I started YouTube, to be totally honest with you, is because I kind of wanted to be my own boss. But that's kind of like with sales. It ebbs and flows. But the ability to persuade and communicate with people, it translates into every area of your life. It doesn't actually matter what your job is. It's not just your career. This helps you with literally everything.
You wanted to start your YouTube channel because you wanted to say racist things to chuds on the internet, but then shit got a little too real, and now you're being a fucking pussy, and you're not fucking saying anything racist, and it's just annoying. Okay, I'm sick of these fucking videos, man. Make videos about shit that your audience actually wants to... Are you making any views off of this shit? Like, honestly. Let's see. 24, 31, 44, 62, 26. I mean, I guess his self-help shit is honestly working out better for him. Yeah, see, now this is what you need to make videos about. Yeah, people love that shit. People love it when you say that it's over. You know, the doom. You're all gonna die! What else we got? Where's that one video that he made about nationalism? I don't know. Oh shit, that one didn't do that well. Alright, whatever. Let's keep going.
That's why I think sales is actually pretty fucking cool, and I've never even done sales in my life, to be quite honest with you. Now, the next one after that, if you don't want to do sales, it would be trade. Another incredible path that is being slept on by a lot of people, because a lot of people were told, the normies, they're all told, especially even myself, literally everybody, you're told you need a 4-year degree to have a meaningful life. That is not always true. There is electricians and plumbers and welders making serious money right now because decades of pushing college on everyone created a massive shortage of skilled tradesmen. If you go and look at these tradesmen, a lot of them are getting fucking old. A lot of them are boomers, Gen X, and hey, respect to all them guys for working hard. I really appreciate the blue-collar trade guys. Y'all awesome folk. But seriously, a lot of them are getting old. We don't have enough people to replace them. AI is not going to replace an electrician, I promise you. It'll tell you how to do something, but it's not going to replace the guy doing it. The guy who can wire a whole entire grocery store or something, that guy's pretty smart. So trades aren't for dumb people either. But you will meet a lot of dumb guys in the trades, don't get me wrong. Just be good at what you do. So if college makes sense for what you want to do, though, that's totally fine. You're like, I want to be an engineer. Actually, cool. You know, but you have to be very honest about the return on investment before you take on a bunch of debt in college for a degree that does not actually get you a job. So whatever path you choose, college, entrepreneur, trades, whatever, the point is you need to be building skills that increases your market value every single year. Always be looking for a job. Don't do ABC, always be coding. Don't do that. If you are not more capable and more valuable than you were 12 months ago, you are falling behind. Now, moving on to point number 5, this is going to sound funny, and it actually is kind of funny when I say it, but if you're hanging out with idiots, this is going to keep you broke. Your social circle might actually be making you broke and draining your ambition. So this sounds harsh, but it's true. You got some homies, you don't have to cut them off or whatever, but if they're keeping you down because you may or may not realize it, but all they want to do is blow their money at bars and restaurants and buy things they can't afford to look cool on Instagram or something, that is going to feel normal to you. But
yeah, do not have
hang out the
fun.
most, they are going to set an
Do not have fun.
Normal to you. That shouldn't be normal. You're going to feel the constant pull to participate in stuff that's not actually helping you.
Fun is not normal.
So the kind of pressure to match the spending habits of people around you is real, and it's actually kind of bad. Whether you think you're a normie or not, that it is true, you know?
This is just like the Gen Z version of like, you need to stop buying avocado toast and going to Starbucks and getting your coffee, libtard.
Differently.
It's like, okay, buddy.
With you. Or you know, talk about building something, and I'm not even on that Jaden Smith shit where he's like, dude, like, oh my god, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now? Because that guy's cringe and annoying. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that guy's cringe and annoying, and I'm not cringe and annoying, right, guys? Right, guys? Am I right? Unironically, Jaden Smith is infinitely less cringe than you, Jimmy.
To skip something that's expensive, or you're the guy who drives an older car, or you know, you don't just want to be the passive consumer. Just consume product and get excited for the next product like a happy little boy. So that requires a level of comfort with being seen as different or even boring by people whose opinions shouldn't really be driving your financial
decisions.
You're
boring.
You live your life. You advocate for yourself the most. You have to take care of yourself.
I'm falling asleep right now.
Self-help guru, annoying turds. They'll be like your network.
That's what you do. That's what you are. You're an annoying guru, self-help nerd. That's what you fucking
really
are.
Cringe when they say that. And I totally agree with people, and like, I don't like hearing that. It's like that bald guy in that one video. He's like, if you ain't making 6 figures a month, you got a problem. But then he's like flying business economy, and he's just kind of like lying to everybody. If you know about that guy, then you know. It's kind of like ball knowledge. But anyways, it is true. You should have friends that are not being total retards with their life, and they're thinking seriously about their future, because that sort of energy is contagious. It's the same thing with work. One negative guy can bring the whole entire group of people down. It happens all the time. And yeah, complacency is contagious. So just choose your circle accordingly. Now, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to wrap it up here. None of this stuff is actually really too complicated. It doesn't require like a finance degree or like some sort of spreadsheet, and you've got 17 tabs open on your computer, and you're putting your actually glasses on. It's not actually like that. What is this? What am I essentially saying? Don't take on debt you can't afford. Car debt, unless you absolutely have to, because I actually do understand that, but you have to make sure you pay that car off right away. Stop buying things to manage how other people look at you. It doesn't actually matter what they think. Invest first with your paycheck. Then go buy the silly stuff you want to buy after. And then build skills that make you harder to replace by an H-1B or a robot like AI. And again, the last one, be intentional about who you're friends with, who's in your inner circle. So these 5 things, if you keep doing them over the course of your time, that snowball is going to keep on rolling and rolling and building up. You do not have to be one of them, though. The information is right in front of you. We have the internet. Thank fuck for that. You have all this information. Go out and use it, please.
Just Google it, bro.
To make this video, it's important shit, and it's actually really fucking easy, okay? So if you like my stuff, go ahead and subscribe to me on Rumble, because YouTube, I don't know. I got to keep YouTube in the back pocket. I'm always afraid. No, I'm just kidding. Hit me up on Rumble, okay? Link is in the description. Just the JT community. Jimmy talks.
God, he spends like 4 minutes talking about this shit. Go follow me on Rumble. Go follow me on Rumble. How about I fucking don't do that shit? How about that?